I'm glad that Larry has fired us up along with the speakers from the uh, rest of the panel to try and do something about the war that's threatened against Venezuela, that's almost in process against Venezuela, and that we are looking at, of course, we don't want it to take place, and we'd love to see Trump and his cronies back away from it. But we can't plan for that. We have to plan for the possibility that he will launch a war, even though it can turn out to be a war that accelerates the decline of U.S. imperialism, much like the Vietnam War did in a different period completely. Um, and now maybe with a lot of things coming together. But what I want to do is just to alert the comrades and the movement in general, the anti-imperialist movement especially, as to what may open up for us. Because we have seen in the last month an opposition to the Trump administration coming even from within the Democratic Party, maybe even from some in the Republican Party too, but we'll leave them aside for the moment. Now, we don't have confidence in the Democratic Party in general to carry out a honest struggle against imperialism because they are a party of U.S. imperialism. But we have to take advantage of every opportunity that comes from a struggle. Should a struggle arise between or within the ruling class parties, we have to look and see, can we take advantage of it? And I think this particular one that was raised in the last month is one that has a great possibility for that. Because where it was raised in a sharp way that we had never seen, really we haven't seen before. Not that they did anything wild or was 6 members of Congress, all of whom had been part of the imperialist state apparatus, either as in the military, most of them were officers who were in the military, and a couple were officials in the Central Intelligence Agency. And they put out a video that more or less told all the soldiers and the sailors, etc., in the U.S. military that if you get an illegal order, you have the right to disobey it. In fact, you have the duty to disobey it. And this made a big splash, and Trump called them treasonous, or they were guilty of sedition, etc. And it opened up, and it did get the news out to all the troops, including the troops that are in the Caribbean, and not to mention the National Guard that might be sent to the U.S. cities, that what they are doing may be a war crime, and they cannot defend themselves in court if they are charged with a war crime by saying, I was only following orders. That's what they told them. That's what legal people told them. So this, maybe it won't go anywhere, but maybe it gives an opportunity. It certainly gives an opportunity to mobilize against the war. This is an illegal war. It's obvious now that the whole business about drugs and stuff like that is just complete bullshit. I mean, he takes the head of a drug cartel who was convicted in the U.S. court, I think, and serving a sentence in jail, and pardons him at the same time that he says he's carrying it. What is it? Now, this is a problem for the other elements in the ruling class, because they're thinking Trump is a jerk. I mean, he not about Trump. Hegseth is, what makes him competent for anything? They don't believe that he's carrying out a good policy. Now, who has a better policy from their point of view? A policy for running the imperialist establishment and regaining whatever they've lost to China in the past 30 years and stuff. They have a real fight amongst themselves. And if they have a real fight amongst themselves, we better find a way to take advantage of it. And that's what I want to keep it up. And because my own strongest political experience was during the Vietnam War, organizing within the military. We tried to organize a union within the military, and we had a lot of success in organizing anti-war activity within the military, in their own organization, to break the chain of command by establishing an organization of the rank and file troops. And since that was such an important experience for me, like I guess for a lot of people today would be to fight against the genocide in Gaza or, similar struggles like that. I can't help it. Whenever this new wars come up, I keep thinking, how can we organize the military? Can we organize the military? Can we organize a professional military? Can we make an appeal to them? That's something I think to be seen. But we're not going to do it if we don't try. So that's what I want to get a message across to the whole movement. Look for a way to try to do this. That's one thing. And the other is to know that there is a clash because there's big differences in tactics as to what will succeed. And who was it? It was William who said he couldn't believe how Trump. I can understand that. He can't. He just says. He says, forget about all that stuff about the drugs. I want to seize their oil. That's our oil. They took it from us. They took it from us because while we were exploiting them, we built a couple of things down there, and they took it. I mean, it's like you almost missed the hypocrisy because it's like, can he be that blatant and get away with it? No, we want him not to get away with it. We want, as Larry said, they should be punished for this. They should not get away with this. They should not get away with it. And let me tell you, there's nothing that would hurt them more than losing control of their army because of the because the soldiers are rebellious. So that's a big thing. If that does happen, it can lead to going much beyond just stopping the war. I mean, it would be horrible for the people of Venezuela if they launch an actual war. But if they do, it also is a situation that would be criminal if we did not find a way to, if it's treason, let's make the best of it.